Okay, so we're going to try this again and see if I have audio this time. Last time I didn't have any audio. Let's pray and hope that this works. So I'll wait till somebody pops in here and we'll see. Let's see, what does this do here? All right, let's see. Can anybody hear me yet? Testing, testing, 1, 2. It looks like we have one person in here, so maybe they can hear me, maybe they can't. Can you hear me, Mr. Menor? Maybe not. Oh, perfect. I already tried this once, and the audio wasn't working, so I had to switch to a different mic. And the reason I'm doing this is that I did a 20-minute fucking video, and the entire 20 minutes had no audio. And I'm not going to re-record it. I'm just not. So I figure I'll just go live, see who shows up, and I can answer questions, and we can chat about bullshit, whatever. So I'm going to open up a soda here, and yeah, well, that's why going live kind of works even better. Hey, what's that? Thanks to Brad. This is not Diet Dew, but it's 0 sugar, so it's basically the same thing. So yeah, I'm gonna wait and see if anybody else pops in here. Before I was gonna talk about get us caught up on I was gonna get us caught up on the D&D campaign and talk a little bit about that. So let's see. Looks like we got 2 people in here. I don't know who the other person is, so we'll wait and see if anybody else. Are you still at work? You should be getting off any time now. At least by my clock. So I think that I can make it so that people can it's not available immediately after you end a live stream. I think that it might be like a couple of hours later. It might be available. I've never done this before, so we're gonna find out. Oh, you're braving the supermarket, huh? Okay. Well. You get next week off, right? You're doing the 1 week on, 1 week off thing, right? Yeah. Hey, you get to paint more minis. Yeah, I'll have to, when we get more, if we get more people in here, I'll have to show those, I'll have to go grab them, those minis that you, I can adjust the camera here a little bit. And we can get those those minis. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody else is in here, but it looks like there's a second person in here. So these are ones that Chris Menor there in the chat, my old buddy, sent me because these are probably mine. We couldn't really remember, but I'm pretty sure they're mine because he was pretty sure they weren't his. And these are ones that we had painted. This is a stone giant, and that actually might be a hill giant. I think that might actually be a hill. I'm not sure. But these are ones that we painted years and years and years and years ago. And he finally found all of his old minis, and these were in there, so he sent them to me. So if there's anybody else seeing this, that's what we're talking about. So I was hoping I'd get some more people pop in here. But Anyway, yeah, the old COVID thing is wreaking havoc on everything, because we were supposed to, where I work, we're supposed to open on Monday, and of course, luckily, smart decision, they decided not to. I work at a rec center, and they decided that, and rightfully so, that we would wait. So I'm glad that they did that, because I think it was probably a little bit, I mean, we don't have nearly the problem that, like, New York and other places are having. But even then, I still think it would have been too early. So I'm glad they made that decision, but it doesn't really affect, I have to work anyway. I'm an essential worker, so I have to work anyway. So, well, I'm glad that I finally got the audio working. The problem was this. So this is my Yeti mic right here, and where you can see it there. So that was an expensive mic, and it apparently doesn't work anymore. So I guess I'll either be replacing it or getting something different, because it just ain't working anymore. It didn't work for the video. I recorded the 20-minute video that I completely did a recap of our D&D campaign. It didn't work for that. And what pisses me off about the software, my webcam software, is normally there's no audio. It'll have a little, after like 5 seconds, it'll pop up and say, hey, you don't have any audio. Are you sure you want to record this? And of course, normally I would go, all right, buddy, talk to you later. So normally I would just stop and then try and figure out what the audio problem is, and then record again. But this time it let me do the entire 20 minutes. Then I go back to review. I always review my videos before I post them, and not a stitch of audio on the whole damn thing. So yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. So so other than Chris, I don't think we have anybody. I guess that the 2 number is just me and him. So I'm just checking this out. So at least I've got everything working. At least audio, video is working. Chat is working. I'm trying to figure out what else I can do here. Participants. Yeah, just me and him. Okay. So I guess I count as 1. Okay, that's what I wanted to figure out. So now I know that. Oh, now we got 4 people in here. So, screw it. Let's see, who is this? Let's see if I can recognize who this is here. I see a picture in the thumbnail, but I can't really make out who it is. So, let's see here. Trying to see if I can see a bigger picture of that, but it won't. I don't think it's going to show it to me. Let's see here. Yeah, I could get real tricky here, and I could check out that screen name in. Let's see here if I can find out who that is. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see, who is this? Let's see. That must be one of my subscribers that I don't know on a first name basis, it looks like, because I'm looking at your YouTube channel and I don't recognize you as somebody I'm on a first name basis with. So you must be one of my subscribers that that I don't know yet on a first name basis. But anyway, howdy. I'm glad that everybody can hear me so far. I'm just waiting to see if we get like, if I'm lucky enough to get like 10 people in here, then I want to go in and do the recap on our D&D campaign that I've got all my notes and stuff on. So we'll see. But I don't want to waste everybody's time if there's only a couple people in here. So we'll wait, hang out, and see. Yeah, but the good news is it's Friday, so thank God it's Friday. It'll be beer 30 here pretty soon. course, I'm not drinking beer right now because of trying to get past the danger zone with the latest gout attack. And I'm on medication now that will prevent those. So give it another week or two, and then I'll be back to drinking beer. But in the meantime, I've been drinking my gin and tonics. So they both of those are much better for you if you suffer from gout than beer. Beer is one of the worst offenders, unfortunately, because I'm a beer lover. And every time I see someone drinking a cold one on a TV show or something like that in like a pub, it just makes me crazy because I'm like, I just want a cold beer. It's been a rough day. Cold beer would be so good, and I can't do it right now. So anyway, let's see here. Did I pop out of chat? Oh, there we go. Please don't watch any of my crappy hockey videos. Well, now that you've said that, all I want to do is go on and watch a crappy hockey video. And how do you know that they're crappy? That's after this is over, I know I am absolutely going to watch one of your hockey videos. And then trust me, it can't be any worse than any of the shit that I put up here. So, and I've never been a big hockey fan, but I have been to a NHL game before. I've been to a couple of them. I've been to a Kings Flyers game. Yeah, that you make a good point about the water is that with gout, you want to drink a lot of water to help flush that uric acid out so it doesn't end up in your joints. But now I'm on a medication called allopurinol, and allopurinol helps prevent the body from creating uric acid. And I had to have a blood test done to see where my level was and everything. And then after 4 weeks of taking this medication, I'll go back, have another one done, and then she can adjust how much medication I'm taking. But basically at that point, I should be at the point where I can drink beer and eat. Because one of the things that's you can't really, well, you can, but you really shouldn't, is seafood. You shouldn't eat a lot of seafood if you have gout either. And I love my seafood and I love my beer. So, yeah. So, screw it. How was your week? Did you have a good week? Is everybody in your family well? I hope nobody's sick with the damn virus. Let's see here. Anybody else in here? Let's see. No, it's just me and screw it. Oh, now there's somebody else. Hang on a second here. Let's see what we got now. Oh, I bet some of these are hidden. I got 6 people in here now. Okay. So, and then someone popped out. So, anyway, I am going to, if you want to stick around and listen to the recap of the D&D session from last week, because we're going to play again. We're going to play again tonight. So I can, if you want to hear it, I can go through and get you caught up. I don't know if you've been following it. If you're one of my subscribers that's been following the campaign, but if you want to, I can give you the recap and get you caught up here. Let's see here. Yeah, we have people pop in and out real quick, and then now we're back down to 3 again. So who knows if that's even accurate, that count. So let's see. I was hoping to get I had some of my gaming crew from our D&D campaign. I had some of them in here earlier when the audio wasn't working. I had the DM was on for a little. No, it was his son. The DM's son was on, and then another one, the guy who plays our assassin, was on. So we'll see. I'll let this get to about 20 minutes in, another 5 minutes, and then if there isn't very many more people, I'll just consider this like a test, and then the next time that I'm going to go live, now that I know that I've got my audio working, the next time that I do I'm going to go live, what I'll do is I'll just schedule it so people know, and then maybe we'll get a few more people. All right. Well, I'll go through it right now real quick for you. If you've been following the campaign, last time we left off, our crew was out in the middle of nowhere. We had been on an adventure in an alternate plane where we had been teleported to via some type of weird storm that we were experiencing. And we had to fight through various obstacles, traps, monsters, etc., to get these pieces to put into a plate that would unlock the portal to get us out. And we successfully did that. So now we're in the middle of nowhere, and we were deciding on, if we're going to motivate via leather personnel carriers, also known as your feet, because we didn't have our horses, and go to the nearest city, which was about 200 miles away. So we knew it was going to be a long journey. Our magic user was wanting to decide if he had a scroll, that a one-time, no-fail teleport that he wanted to use to teleport and get help and come back. But we talked him out of it because we wanted his help. Just in case we got attacked by some powerful shit, we wanted our magic user with us. So we start motivating that 200 miles. It takes us about 10 days game time. And we encounter various creatures, random monster encounters and stuff like that. Most of it was pretty easy, benign stuff that we were fighting, with the exception of it was a Ouroboros snake, which is a snake that has a head at both ends, I guess. And we fought that thing, and it was tough. But we ended up prevailing, of course. And along the way, our magic user had this, he's had this crazy ring we consider it cursed because he wasn't able to take it off. And every time he sleeps, he either has good dreams or he has really restless dreams. And depending upon the type of dream that he has, dictates how his mood is going to be the next day. And he failed a saving throw, and then he was like depressed the next day. He had like crazy, crappy dreams, and he was depressed the next day. And the guy who plays our magic user role plays it very well. He goes the full boat when he's whatever his character is supposed to be. If he's being depressed, he'll play that very well, and so forth. And then the next night or another night, he had a different dream where he woke up, and it caused him to be very benevolent feeling, and he wanted to give the ring to one of us. He wanted to just give it away. And at this point now, he could take it off. Before, he wasn't able to take it off, and we considered it cursed. But now all of a sudden he can take it off, but he wants to give it to, somebody in our party. But the caveat is whoever he gives it to has to put it on, has to wear it. And nobody in our party, because they've seen what's happening to him, nobody wants to put it on. They'll take it, like the assassin and the thief. They'll take it, but they don't want to put it on because they don't want it to be cursed to them. And so we end up basically deciding to try and dispel magic on it. And we know it could be valuable because of its powers, but we decide, no, let's just try and dispel the whole damn thing. And to us, that's, it'd be more valuable if we can get rid of the magic on it so it doesn't curse anybody that puts it on. And so we do that, and it works. So now we have a dead ring. Who knows what it was worth. And we continue on to the town after, random encounters, that type of stuff. And we get there, and our magic user, again, he is from a very affluent family in another town. And apparently they've been sending out dispatches. His family's been sending out dispatches to all the towns looking for him, because a courier kid comes up and gives him a message saying, here, this is important. We've been looking for you. You're something, involving your mother. And our magic user is very, very close with his mother. His character is very close with his mother. And of course, so he rips it open and he's in a full panic because apparently there's something wrong with his mom. He's not exactly sure what, but he wants to immediately get back to his home to find out what's going on. And so we get to the teleporter. There's a teleporter in every town because that's how everybody gets around. We teleport to Varden, which is the city. And that's basically kind of like our home city. And he goes, and sure enough, he finds out that she's been kidnapped or something. She's just missing. And so he gets into a long conversation with his father about what they're going to do and all this. And meanwhile, we're all trying to figure out through our contacts in the city if anybody's got any information. And going way back to the beginning of our campaign, there was a guy named Strathiola. And Strathiola was this like evil necromancer dude. It was pretty well known, but that's what he did. And he had an agent called Z. And Z had hired us way back at the beginning of the campaign to do some work for Strathiola. We didn't really know that's who it was for. He just kept saying, hey, my boss wants me to hire somebody, and I'm picking you guys to go do this job. We did it. Long story short, after the job was done, word got back to us that now that the job had been done, this guy Strathiola really wanted to silence any of us who were involved because now that he got what he wanted, he didn't want any record of it being around. So that would mean he would be wanting to kill us. So we got the hell out of Dodge. And in the meantime, we found out how powerful this guy, reportedly how powerful this guy was. So we had been on the run for quite a while. And now we're back there. We're much more powerful now. We've leveled up several times. And now the magic user's mom is missing. And what was very alarming about this was that when we were in that storm that transported us to the other plane, other whatever it was, that other dimension, whatever, we all went into like a suspended animation thing while we were in the storm, and we all had these really bad dreams about different things. Each one of us had an individual dream, and the magic user's, was about something happening to his mother. And so now, of course, he's worried that was a premonition and it's coming true, which makes all of us worry, the rest of us in the party, to wonder if our dreams were premonitions and they're going to come true. Mine, as the cleric, was that the abbey that I'm having built, that I'm paying for to have built, as kind of a halfway house alongside the road in the middle, kind of in the middle of nowhere type of an area, as a halfway house for people, like, whether it's adventurers or people traveling, whatever, that are in need, that they can use it as a safe haven, refuge. But anyway, I'm having it built, and my premonition was that a massive demon came in and just destroyed this abbey while it was being built and everything. So of course now I'm panicked, and I send word trying to find out if it's still okay. And it turns out that it is. So now, and I think maybe one or two of the other party members did kind of the same thing to try and see if the dream they had ended up being a premonition. And it seemed like it might just be the magic user, which is kind of weird. So it may not be related at all to those premonitions or those dreams or that suspended animation that we had in the storm. It just might be coincidence. But regardless, his mom is missing now. So my character decides I'm going to try a divination with my deity to see and ask a question as a spell to try and get some information. So I ask, and I get her name, which I don't have, but I get her name, and I ask the question, is she still in this town? Wanting to know, is she close by, or now that she's missing, is she like, no longer complete, even in the town, like she's gone. And the answer that I got was in physical form only, I believe is how it was worded, which is not good. So then I have to convey that to the magic user. Duchovny is his name, the magic user. and his father, that supposedly she is in town, but in physical form only. However they want to take that. But that doesn't sound good. That sounds like her spirit has left her body. So, and so then the conversation went into, well, is this somehow connected to Strathaiola, this evil necromancer dude trying to get back at us for disappearing? Who knows? And so now the way we left it at the end of the session was trying to basically strategize on what we're going to do to try and find either the remains of his mother, the magic user's mother, or her, if somehow magically maybe she is still alive, finding her, and if it's involved with Strathaiola, if we just assume that it is, he's behind it, and how we go forward. And that's kind of how we left it. So yeah, that's kind of that was the whole session. So it was a lot of role playing, a lot of investigation type stuff, and conversations and all that. The traveling, yeah, there was a lot of combat and that, so forth, and dealing with the ring. But that's basically, in a nutshell, how it all ended. So then we're going to play it again tonight in a couple hours, and we will see what happens next. So, are there any questions? I don't even know if there's anybody in here. No, there he's still there. Okay. This thing, I'm starting to realize I can't trust the numbers that it's showing me. And because if I go to participants, it doesn't match what's showing. Now, of course, some of those could be hidden, I guess, but we'll have to wait and see. So, but I think I'm going to end this at the 30-minute mark. This was a test. Now that the first test failed because the audio wasn't working. So this is the second one. And we will see if this will allow me to post this as a video after the fact, after I end the live stream. So yeah, I'm hoping that this worked. If it indeed did work and I'm able to post it, I will certainly do more of this, because this is much more, it feels much more natural than doing a video without any feedback. At least this way I can look at the chat and get some immediate feedback. And to me, that feels a lot better. So oh, no worries. Again, I don't know if you how much of that you got, but like I just said, I'm going to try and repost this once this live stream ends and see if I can just post it as a video, and then you'd be able to go back and see if you missed anything. So, and like I said, if you missed it as well, I'm going to end this at the 30-minute mark, because this was kind of just a test, and I got to get ready for our tonight's game anyway. So, but hey, I really do appreciate you popping in and asking questions and all that, and letting me test this thing out. So, and I hope that anybody that's watching has a good weekend. For those of you that might be seeing this after the live stream as just a posted video, if that works, I hope that you enjoyed it as well. I'm getting real close on my monetization criteria. I'm well over on the subscribers. I'm over, I should say, on the subscribers, but I'm not quite there yet on the watched hours for the previous 365 days, which the whole thing kind of pisses me off, because I was monetized years ago, and I even got paid a couple of times from YouTube, not very small amounts, but nevertheless, I did get a little something. And then they just arbitrarily said, oh, anybody that's under these are no longer going to be monetized. And so I had to basically start from scratch again. So I'm almost there now. So I'm going to hopefully be posting more to try and get those hours up. Even though I am working full time still and dealing with the coronavirus and all this, but I am definitely going to try and keep posting more so that I can get those hours up. Because as we have learned from this coronavirus endeavor that we're going through, that nobody's job is necessarily safe anymore. And it would really be nice to be established and at some point get monetized so that I could start working on this. If I was to no longer have my regular job, I could have this to fall back on. So yes, getting monetized for me is becoming an important thing for me. So anyway, we're over the 30-minute mark. I'm going to call it here. I just wanted to test this all out. We'll see if I can post this, and we'll go from there. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.